Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, and others. I am the Guardian.
I'm the entertainment freak.
And we have with us once again, Aisada Iwasaki.
Annyeong.
As we discuss that which is abundant in Hollywood, or at least it was until Disney took everything over.
No, it still is. This is all they're making.
Unfortunately.
This is all they care about. Well, new IP? No. Franchise.
Franchises are the biggest thing right now.
Yep.
You don't own a franchise? There's something wrong with you.
Well,
Yeah, let's
that's
see.
a nice way of putting it.
That's a very harsh way of putting it. But
That's how the industry's working right now.
Yeah, and
It seems to finally be failing. This summer has not been
there
good
are
for
harsher ways to put it.
This has not been a good summer for the box office, so it seems to be going away
yeah.
just soon.
So we talked about the major production companies last time.
We talked about a bunch of random things last time.
It was mostly games.
Mostly the game industry, yeah. But now we're discussing franchises, and I guess we should start things off with the most obvious one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, thought Tyler was going to say that. The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oy vey, let's unveil this laundry load of bullshit.
Which Kevin Feige has actually said that Far From Home is the official end to Phase 3 when it should be the beginning of Phase 4.
Because Kevin Feige is an idiot who lacks artistic integrity.
Alright then.
Yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, Phase 3 ended with Endgame.
As far as everybody's concerned, it ended with Endgame.
Except
Well,
the
yeah.
idiots who...
Except idiots who were like, oh, Spider-Man Far From Home is the end of Phase 3. How can it be the end of Phase 3?
How can you say that after what we just...
It's literally
witnessed?
called Endgame.
Yeah.
How
End
else?
is in the title.
We're in the Endgame now. And we're done with the Endgame. Therefore, begin Phase 4.
A phase that I don't care.
At this point, you just don't give a shit about superhero movies, period.
I don't care
I'm
about
looking forward to Far From Home, but that's just me.
Yeah, I have my own reasons for look. God damn it, Daphne. Daphne, no. That. Bad kitty. We're not having this thing in the background. There. Now that background noise is out of the way.
So we've talked about the Marvel Cinematic Universe in depth,
Yeah.
mostly with the exception of everything that got deleted.
Yeah, we talked to Tristan regarding Phase 1. We had to go over Phase 2 briefly, thanks Apple. We went over Phase 3.
And me and you did Endgame. So
Yeah.
there's not much point talking about it here.
Except
It's already been covered.
I miss old solo movies.
Old
So how are we
You
gonna...
mean like with each...
Yeah, each individual
Yeah, okay.
character. Now it's all just team-ups and
Yeah.
in-universe
Let's
development.
say for a minute I thought you were getting ahead of yourself.
I miss solo movies too.
If we want to go back to old solo movies, we'll have to go back to the days of Christopher Reeve as Superman.
Chris Nolan's Batman.
Yeah, and the 89 Batman.
Yeah.
What if they
we don't want to go back
decided
there.
What if they decided to revamp everything?
If they did, I would
No,
laugh.
I still think
Like
that
with-
the last movie on Marvel's docket that they have planned is Iron Man. A full reboot.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, what if they reboot all the solo movies?
If they rebooted all that, then they would have flushed 11 years of work right down the toilet. Believe it.
Yeah, they would have.
Yeah, but since we've covered that a lot, speaking of reboots...
do we think that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is a good franchise? I'd say it's a good franchise, I'm just sick of it. It's got
abundant.
some good movies. It's got a lot of good movies, but
It's
also
got its
a
good
few,
points
few
and it's got its bad points.
movies in it.
Marvel.
I don't like...
Yes,
I
we
still
know
haven't...
you hate Captain Marvel.
I hate Brie Larson.
We know.
I still haven't seen Captain
Dear.
Marvel, and I don't plan on seeing it.
Yeah, best bet.
We know, dear.
I definitely don't like Iron Man 3.
Yeah, we know you don't like
I
Iron
don't like
Man.
Iron Man 2.
I am the Mandarin!
Fuck you.
I guess Thor: The Dark World will also be counted in that.
Yeah,
I love
I
that
don't...
movie.
I thought Dark World's okay.
It's not the best Thor movie.
think that.
I don't like Thor 1.
Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok's the best.
Thor
That's
Ragnarok's
funny.
the best one.
Piss off, Ghost! He's freaking gone.
It's a good franchise, but I'm sick of it. Please
It's
go away.
it's imperfect.
It's too much. Go away.
But on the topic of reboots, it's at the bottom of the list, so let's just shift to the DC Cinematic Universe as well.
Yeah, let's just talk about that and how... What a train wreck.
I have.
It was a train wreck for sure, but it's gaining some leverage. Back
Yeah,
the
but
way
now
up.
they don't even want to make it into one.
Yeah, so just give us more.
So, train wreck.
Give us more.
Bad
solo movies now.
franchise. This franchise is bad.
Yeah, we know you hate Man of Steel, Batman v Superman.
I don't hate Man of Steel. Man of Steel is just
We know you
I hate Batman v Superman.
and Suicide Squad.
I hate Suicide Squad.
You also hate
I thought that
Justice
was a good
League.
movie.
Justice League is so
There was only
Uh,
one scene I liked in Justice League.
And then
Then there's
Aquaman's okay.
and then Shazam is
I like Wonder Woman and I love Shazam.
Haven't seen that.
and there's plans for a Suicide Squad reboot and
Yeah, there is, and it's being done by James Gunn. So I am looking forward to that because I like James Gunn.
and Dave Bautista might be in it.
We don't know.
He was on James Gunn's side the entire time that event was going down.
Yeah, but James Gunn's back at Marvel again too. So he's making it for both companies. This is gonna
Yeah.
be weird.
Is it as weird as J. Jonah Jameson being Commissioner Gordon? Or Edward from Twilight being the new Batman? Oh wait, no, he hates that role. Or Cedric Diggory from Harry Potter being
You
the
know,
new Batman?
I've seen so many things about Edward being Batman.
Yeah, because
It's true.
Because Robert Pattinson's gonna be Batman.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. I've seen so many things about it.
No, I'm actually happy that Robert Pattinson's Batman because he's actually a really good actor.
I found it funny
he was
how,
great at
uh,
Cedric Diggory.
Somebody posted,
The-
it's like, there's so many people who are so mad about him being Batman. It's just like, did you forget vampires can turn into bats?
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
I thought that was funny.
That's true too. But
No, they can't do that in Twilight.
the thing about
Well, not in
that,
Twilight, no,
the
but
thing
I thought
about
that
that
was
was they were also really pissed off about Ben Affleck being Batman the first
No,
time.
I was about to mention that the best Batmen are always the ones everybody says is a bad choice.
and I think that's
Michael Keaton,
yeah,
Ben Affleck,
pretty.
Robert Pattinson's gonna be amazing. That's what this tells me.
Didn't what's his name?
I don't think George Clooney
No, not him.
or
Christopher Nolan's Batman.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale. Pretty sure Christian Bale had similar hate towards him.
No, he didn't. Heath Ledger had a lot of hate towards him for the Joker,
But he was really good.
and then the movie came out and everybody shut up,
Yeah, therefore,
except Tristan. But
Cedric.
Except Tristan.
Yeah, Tristan's a special case.
yeah, he has like opposite opinions when it comes to comic book movies.
Ironic,
If they're good
considering he's a
movies-
comic book
Yeah,
nerd.
if they're good movies, he doesn't like them. If they're bad movies, he likes them.
That is weird.
We love you, Tristan, but you're a bit weird. Like he's going to listen to this.
There's no way.
Now, what else we got on the list? Because I think we pretty much covered what we were discussing with DC Cinematic.
So,
oh yeah,
do we
Flashpoint
think it's
and Green
good?
Lantern Corps is still coming too.
No, they're not.
And
But-
they were.
Do we think this franchise is good?
It's
No.
a train wreck.
This franchise sucks.
I love it,
bad.
but it's not good.
The train
I'm
wreck
saying no to
franchise.
that one.
So how about that
You
Shrek?
movies- Because the few movies I have seen, I didn't hate. With the exception of Superman.
Stupid man.
Yes.
So moving on to somebody once told me the world was gonna roll.
This franchise sucks.
Shrek was good. Shrek 2 was
Better.
better.
Yeah.
Shrek 3
Shrek
sucked.
3 sucks.
I like
Shrek
it.
4 was unnecessary.
Shrek
I have
4
not
just
seen
doesn't need
4.
to exist.
Yeah, you have.
Puss in Boots is fine. But
You did see Shrek 4. Remember, we did a
Oh,
Shrek
yeah.
Shrek watch-a-thon.
Yeah.
yeah, the Shrek movies aren't good.
Wait, the first two
I
are.
don't know.
Okay,
I like them.
I think the second one's the only truly really good one.
Yeah, and I liked Puss in Boots fine.
Yeah,
So
Puss in
did I.
Boots is fine.
It was weird, though.
The other one, Shrek one's Shrek 3
It
is
still
just,
holds up for me.
Shrek 3 is just bad.
I like 3.
3 is fine in its own regard,
There
but
are
it didn't do
so
a very good job.
many problems with 3.
The first being Prince Charming.
Oh, I hate him.
4 is
Absolutely
just...
hate
I
him.
like 4 more than 3, but...
Is it like in the same regard as you like On Stranger Tides better than The World's End?
More or less.
Yeah, which we're not going to be discussing Pirates of the Caribbean because we're saving that for another podcast entirely.
Which I don't
Yeah.
know why, because that... I'm going to lay this to rest right now. Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, bad. One good movie.
We'll save that for another podcast because Tristan wants to discuss the young.
Yeah, he wants to discuss all the stuff that's not the movies.
What, the books?
Yeah,
Oh, those are good.
It's like, I haven't read those, so I can't say anything on those, but the movie
I
franchise,
own them.
bad.
I will join Tristan on that one because
Oh.
I own them too.
cool. What else we got next?
Yeah, Shrek, I guess you two say good, I say bad.
I think it's fine. Fine fairy tale story.
Yep.
Men in Black. That just had a new one. Bad.
I haven't seen the new one, but let me point this out. I've done a review of the first Men in Black movie, and it still holds
It's
up.
the only good one.
I have
I
yet
haven't
to.
seen Men in Black in years.
I have yet to do Men in Black 2 or Men in Black 3.
Men in Black 2 sucks, Men in Black 3 is not much better.
That's your opinion. I have my own problems with Men in Black 2 and Men in Black 3. Specifically the time travel stuff in Men in Black 3.
Again, Men in Black 2 sucks, and 3 is not much better.
Again.
You seem to share this opinion, so why are you saying that's my opinion?
There's more to it than just that. And I have yet to see Men in Black International, but I can't wait to see Liam Neeson turn out to be the bad guy wanting revenge.
I mean, he is the bad guy, so... I haven't seen it. I don't really want to see it.
We're gonna need to get back on track with our movie watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were being...
The trailers did nothing for me, and considering how much money the film made, say the franchise is dead.
The only thing that stuck out to me was Tessa.
Yeah, I want to
She looks so much like Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch Chelsea team up with Thor.
Yeah, right? Again?
Yeah.
That's like, well, we've already seen that, though.
Air 5.
Alright, what's after Men in Black?
Well, again, you gotta categorize them.
Oh, right. Men in Black 1 is good, the rest is garbage. Best movie ever.
Alright then.
Bad franchise. Also dead. Sorry.
Yeah, so,
Also dead.
and if
Very
you guys
dead.
haven't, check out the Men in Black review. That's actually one I'm still kind of proud of.
So I'm actually unfamiliar with this one.
What?
Fairly Bond.
Oh,
James
yeah.
Bond.
I haven't seen
Like, why'd
any
you
of the
list
Bond
this?
movies.
Because I've seen 4 of them.
I haven't seen any of
So let me tell you a story relating to my grandfather, because he is a Bond nut. Like, he likes Chris Brosnan, that's his name?
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan, that's it. He likes Pierce Brosnan, he likes all the other Bonds, including the one dude who only got one movie. But I ended up getting him the 50th year anniversary collection of it, and I feel like he's only watched like 2 movies.
He's probably seen them several times.
He probably has, because he likes James Bond and the various interpretations of the guy, and it's a really good and very ambitious sort of thing.
Well, so far I've only ever watched good Bond movies.
The Daniel Craig stuff.
I've watched the 2 good Daniel Craig movies.
Yeah, I love Skyfall.
I love Skyfall. I love Casino Royale. And I've seen Dr. No. I've seen the first 2 Bond movies, period. Dr. No and From Russia with Love. I like those 2.
I have seen
I
frickin'
want to watch the rest, but I just haven't really found that. They were all on Netflix, and I didn't realize it, and now they're gone.
Thanks, Netflix!
GoldenEye might still be up there. I actually want to watch that because I like the N64 game.
Yeah, seriously though, Quantum of Solace sucks. I have yet to see Spectre.
I've heard Spectre's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, Spectre's definitely somewhere in the middle. I mean, it's not the best Bond movie, but it's also not...
I mean, we're gonna get another Bond movie fairly soon, so maybe I'll catch up on all of them. I got up on all... I watched every Godzilla movie in preparation for King of the Monsters, god damn it. I could do it for Bond.
Might as well just transfer there. Talk about Godzilla now.
Yeah, well,
You nerd.
since we can't really talk about say whether Bond's good or bad because we haven't seen much of it.
Let's just say what's good is good and what's bad is bad.
From what we know, for all we know. Okay, so yeah, let's just have. I am the most familiar person in this room with
Nerd.
Godzilla.
Yep.
Godzilla. Jeez, I wonder what I'm going to classify this franchise as.
I have no idea.
Mediocre.
But this franchise is great. What are you talking about?
It's a bad franchise.
No, it's not.
0 out of 10 worst series ever
You've
made.
only seen like 5 of them.
Yeah. But you'll still agree with me on one point about that.
You've also liked every single movie I've shown you.
Yeah, but you'll agree with me on the one point that I'm making about how some of the franchise can be bad.
Yeah, no, some of the franchise is absolute garbage.
Yeah, the anime trilogy.
The anime trilogy is awful. I hate
So
the
we've
anime
heard.
trilogy.
And you were looking forward to that.
Yeah, I was looking forward to that.
Talk about a
Yeah.
disappointment.
What is it? It's anime, and it's written by Geno Ibuchi, the guy who wrote Madoka Magica and Fate Zero. This is like, fuck yeah, I'm into this. Oh, this sucks.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah, Mechagodzilla's a city and he doesn't...
And he doesn't do anything. He doesn't even combine into Mechagodzilla. He's like, what? No, literally, the whole movie is like, it's Mechagodzilla City. See, it's nanomachines, it's an AI thing. And then at the end of the movie, Godzilla just trashes it. He doesn't even go into the city, though. He just breathes fire on it. Gone. All gone. He doesn't, no fight, no nothing, no action. It's just boring. It's boring. Nothing fucking happens.
Said you can make so many bad breath jokes here.
Yeah.
Insert bad breath joke here.
And nothing happens in that trilogy till the last one. And when stuff finally does happen, it's not with the monsters. You want me to reenact Godzilla vs. Ghidorah in the third anime trilogy? Here, after Ghidorah materializes in the physical form, boom, done.
So
That's the fight.
what Tyler just did, he waved his arm and then you shouted boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's all the action you're getting.
That's all you get.
Corporeal Ghidorah lifts him up a few feet. That's it.
That's all you got, bitch.
That's all the action you're getting. This movie suck. I love most of the rest of the franchise.
Is he being a bit loud? Right in the...
Then again, if it were me and I knew as much as he did, I'd probably do the same thing.
Right.
Ghidorah's a space noodle.
Danger Noodle! Yay! We're on the same page today.
We are.
It's scary. Stop it.
Not really. It's not that scary.
I love most of this franchise. Those anime films can fuck right off.
Oh, I just find
And
I just
what?
realized the
Godzilla vs.
irony.
Mechagodzilla? Didn't that one suck?
No.
It was one of those movies.
No.
The Mothra movie?
Yeah, Godzilla vs. Mothra from the 1990s is bad. Let's see. Let me list off the ones I really hate.
The one where Godzilla has a kid.
And the first 2 anime films I hate.
Uh-huh. Didn't you say you hated 98?
Yeah, I hate 98. 98's terrible.
Not Zilla. Not 98 Zilla.
Godzilla's Revenge is just an obvious target.
Okay.
So, Godzilla. The second Godzilla movie makes me wonder how this became a franchise because it's bad. It's really bad. And I have a whole tier list for Godzilla, and those were the ones that really made the bottom.
And you'll be putting that together at some point.
Yes.
And King of the Monsters was one of your favorite movies of the year.
Yeah, King of the Monsters is one of my favorite movies of the year.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, stick
It's a
around.
good movie.
Yeah, favorite. I love more Godzilla movies than I hate. Is how I'll put it.
Fair enough.
Because there's a lot of movies. Like, even ones that I think are just okay, they're really entertaining and fun. Even some of the bad ones are really entertaining and fun. It just so happens that anime trilogy is just boring as shit.
Like the one where Godzilla has a kid.
That one's actually, I think, is a little underrated.
And he does a flying...
It's kinda fun.
And he does a flying drop kick against a monster.
That's in Godzilla vs. Megalon. That movie does suck.
And then there's the one where Godzilla flies around in its shell, shooting fire out its ass.
That's Gamera.
See what I did there?
We weren't talking about Gamera franchise.
I know, but now we're transferring to that.
You want me to talk about the Gamera franchise? Because I'll tell you exactly how I feel about the Gamera franchise.
First, tell us how you feel about the Godzilla franchise.
It's fucking great.
He said that already.
Outside of a few movies. Like, most of it's either just really entertaining or really good, thought-provoking sci-fi.
Now let's talk about the giant skater.
The giant turtle. Okay. The franchise as a whole, like, early Gamera sucks.
Okay.
The Showa stuff from the 60s to the 80s is bad. Some of it's good, some of it's enjoyable, but the most of it is really poorly made.
Okay.
So much stock footage is used.
Isn't there like 8 films?
Yeah, there are 8 films in the Showa series.
I thought there was 8 films total.
No, there's 12 films total.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the first 3 are okay. The rest of the Showa series is garbage. The one Millennium film is just okay. There's stuff I like about it, but there's a lot of stuff I really don't like about it. I don't like what they did with Gamera's roar. He sounds generic as shit. I don't like what he did with his design. He looks way too kid-friendly. Even more kid-friendly than the original series.
Which one had the redneck dub?
I'm about to get to this. No, if you're gonna watch Gamera, you'll watch the 3 movies that were made in the 90s, because those movies are fucking fantastic.
Gamera. I don't know the song.
No, neither does anybody, really.
Not even you.
No, I know the song.
Then do the song.
No, I'm not singing the song.
Sing the song.
I don't want to sing the song because I don't like
the song.
I don't like Showa Gamera. Why would I sing the song?
Sing the song, man.
No.
Sing it.
I like my darker, edgier Gamera.
Then
Thank
sing
you
the darker,
very much.
edgier version of the song.
There is no darker, edgier version of the song.
Then make it up.
They made the movies awesome, so they got rid of the song.
Gamera. Sing the song.
No.
God damn it. Fine. Which one has the frickin' redneck dub?
Gamera 2.
So that's the second Gamera movie?
The second 90s Gamera movie.
So it would be the 11th movie.
It would be the 10th movie.
Wait, so there's Gamera 1, Gamera 2, Gamera 3. And what's the 12th movie then?
12th movie is the one Millennium film.
Oh.
Kind of like how Godzilla King of the Monsters is the 35th Godzilla movie.
That is confusing as shit.
Not really.
It is when there's someone who hasn't watched the franchise like you have.
I mean, most people don't even go back to the Showa series in general.
Still though.
Because the Showa series is just
Still though, imagine dropping someone right into the middle of a Godzilla movie lecture. They'd be fucking lost.
Not really. You can watch most Godzilla movies fairly standalone.
Yeah, but I mean in order and whatnot. So is that all you have to say about Gamera?
90s films are awesome. They're the only reason I'm going to say this franchise is good. Because I love those movies.
So, shall we move on?
What's next?
Well, we talked about we might as well talk about the last giant monster that has a franchise around him. Kong.
King Kong.
There's only one bad movie in this franchise.
One.
King Kong Lives.
Yeah.
One.
That is the only bad movie in this franchise, and there's 8 movies.
No, it's King Kong Lives. That one, that's the bad one. The first King Kong movie ever is really good.
Yeah, 1933 King Kong is fantastic. It's one of my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
Son of Kong, I haven't actually watched Son of Kong,
Okay.
but everything I've seen of it it's a fine little sequel. The 1976 movie's weird.
But it's not bad.
No, it's not bad. It's a good movie.
Weird.
It's weird. It's sexually charged.
What?
It's weirdly political.
What?
It's such a weird movie.
That sounds weird.
It is.
And then there's Bride of Kong.
No, we forgot to mention the 2 films that came out between it. King Kong versus Godzilla,
Oh.
of course, which is just a ton of fun. And then King Kong Escapes, which was also made by Toho, which that movie's also fun, but not as fun. Then we got, King 76, which is weird. And then King Kong Lives. King Kong Lives is just terrible.
King Kong Lives sucks.
That movie is awful.
And if I'm remembering correctly, then there's the 2005 Peter Jackson
Yeah,
film.
and then there's a 2005 Peter Jackson film, which is really good.
But it's long.
It's long, but it's really good. It's a loving tribute to the original.
That's a long as shit.
Yeah. And then there's Kong Skull Island, which I love Kong Skull Island.
Because you're a nerd.
Yeah, you're a nerd too.
I know, but I'm not a giant monster nerd
We're
yet.
all nerds, yay!
Yes, we're all nerds for our own reasons. You, still though, bit disappointed with Kong because he didn't squash Sam Jackson.
They did.
He did?
Yes.
I don't remember watching that movie very often. I need to rewatch
Yeah, he
that.
was about to. Sam Jackson was like, "Die, you mother!" Boom.
He never gets to say it. You should know this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a PG-13 movie.
Yeah, he didn't say that in Infinity War either. Oh, no. Mother
And then he fades.
fades to black. Sam Jackson, you are the connecting piece that connects Kong to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah,
Way to go.
Yeah, he ties. Truly, he was there to get Kong into the Avengers Initiative.
Yo, what's up, motherfucker? I am here to talk to you about the Giant Monsterverse Initiative.
The Monster Island Initiative.
He'd probably put him in the Howling Commandos, for all we know. Along with Frankenstein's Monster, Werewolf by Night, and The Living Mummy.
Yeah, and we're getting the...
Oh, and Man-Thing.
Yep, and next year we're getting what might be the last MonsterVerse movie. The Godzilla vs. Kong.
So Godzilla has top billing?
Of course Godzilla has top billing. He's the king of the monsters.
Godzilla might win.
You gotta give the king top billing.
He's a king. King, baby.
What will you do if he doesn't win?
I like both of them, but I'd probably rage out 'cause my boy lost. Fuck.
He'd probably be fine either way.
Probably gonna just throw a table and just say, fuck this shit.
Yeah, I'll find a way to throw a table in a movie theater.
Fuck this shit.
No, we'll be at the railing. I'll pick
The railing up and just
throw the railing up. Just
fucking
like,
shit
fuck
out
this
of it.
shit. Godzilla fucking move. Fuck.
And then you'll storm out of the theater before the end credit scene shows Godzilla regenerating.
I know, right? He'll just get up and just storm out, and it's just like...
Well, they're probably gonna team up and fight some other
wait a
monster.
minute.
Space Mechagora. Space Ghidorah. Mecha Space Ghidorah. Whatever.
Mecha King Ghidorah.
Mecha Ghidorah.
According to one of the snippets in the end credits of King of the Monsters, they were building a giant robot on Skull Island.
Huh.
Could be. There's like 3 different giant robots in the. No, there's like 4 different giant robots in the Godzilla universe. Mecha God.
Do we have Mecha Kong?
Yeah, yes, there is a Mecha Kong in the Toho universe. That King Kong escapes. Yeah, there's a Mecha Godzilla, a Mecha Kong, Mecha King Ghidorah, and Jet Jaguar.
Jet Jaguar?
There's also Mogera, but nobody cares about Mogera.
Jet Jaguar.
Yeah,
That sounds like a frickin' Sentai name.
because it was designed by a child.
Aww.
No, literally, in real life, Toho had a contest to make their own, like, giant superhero thing because, like, Ultraman and stuff was popular at the time.
Yeah.
So, the winner got his own movie, but they didn't think it would work very well, so movies to put Godzilla in it, and it ended up becoming Godzilla vs. Megalon.
Uh-huh.
And and the winner was the kid who designed Jet Jaguar.
Aww.
And Jet Jaguar is this weird little robot thing that some dude invents that eventually programs himself to turn giant.
Nice.
Julian Sentai, Jeto Jaguar. That's what it sounds like.
Jet Jaguar, Jet Jaguar, Anton Jaguar.
Sounds like
He
you
has
just
his
said
own
jack
theme
off.
song.
Sounds like you just said jack off, to be honest. Done.
Knock this shit over.
Stop it. What's next?
The Kong franchise is great and has one bad movie in it.
We finished with Kong, so...
You want to talk about Jurassic Park?
Oh,
Since
goodness
we're talking about giant
gracious.
scaly things.
Should we unload
They're
this
also
one too?
owned by Universal.
So...
You can't wait to talk about this one. I've been waiting for this one.
So I'll take that torch, thank you.
Hold on, real quick. I love the first Jurassic Park.
So do I.
Same.
The first time I saw it was when it was re-released in theaters because of you.
Yeah.
And it was a magical experience.
Okay.
Although it hurt my eyes by the end, despite the fact
Because
that
3D.
Yeah, but I
That's
still...
why I don't watch movies in 3D.
Yeah, but I still managed to see the lawyer get his ass eaten off a toilet in 3D, so that was funny as hell. So, I'll let you guys unload this so you can take the
Thank
torch.
you.
There you go.
So this franchise is bad. Not because it doesn't have good movies in it, because
Yeah, it does.
I like 1,
Yep.
I like 2,
Yes.
I haven't seen
and
it.
I like Jurassic World. No, I've
Yes.
shown you 2, you liked it.
Probably just because of Ian.
3 sucks. 3 sucks quite a bit.
Is
Yeah.
this T-Rex P? How'd you get it?
You don't want to know.
Seriously, the kid managed to get T-Rex P. Chan is just staring blankly at me.
I didn't. Go ahead.
The movie that makes this franchise awful is Fallen Kingdom.
Yes.
I found Jurassic World was fine. It had
you've
some
seen-
good acting and whatnot.
If you've seen on this channel the top movies?
I believe it
that
was.
she
It was
did?
his
worst,
movie ranking.
Yeah.
Guardians Worst to Best of 2018.
Where she talked
You
about
know
Yeah.
my thoughts on it
it.
already.
I gave a brief little my thoughts on my best and worst of the year, where it was in my worst. I think it was number 9.
It was number 9.
It's gone-
Venom was number 8.
It's gone down since then. The more I've thought about this movie,
Wait,
Yeah.
gone down or gone up? As in you hate it more?
I hate it. No, on that ranking.
It went from 9 to 10
Yeah,
and lower.
No, I'd say it went from in terms of my movie rankings of the year, movie's gone down.
Yeah.
It's gone from 9 to probably 7.
Oh, okay. All right, so it's gone higher up in the low list.
Oh.
So I am just gonna let you guys discuss your thoughts regarding that because I still don't exactly know my thoughts about Fallen Kingdom.
This movie's stupid.
It is. It's insanely stupid.
Go on, you guys were building this up in the car. Go ahead.
No, the movie as a standalone piece, looking at it without plot line, without any of that, it's perfectly okay. Because like you said, the directing is fine.
The directing in the movie's fantastic. The effects
Visuals.
are fantastic. The soundtrack is fantastic.
Yep.
The writing, the characters, the story, trash.
Exactly.
All trash.
Mm-hmm.
You want how do we start that off? Oh, I don't know. How about with the paleo?
Paleontologist?
Yeah, no, not the paleontologist. Like the paleo veterinarian.
Yeah.
Who it's like she went to school to study how to treat dinosaurs, and then when they get to the island, she's like, I never thought I'd see one in real life.
Oy vey.
What? You
No.
studied how to take care of these things? You never think? What?
That would be like you guys going to college to learn as much as you can about the majesty of words and whatnot, and not ever thinking you'll be able to make a story out of it.
Sounds more akin to,
I know that's like me going to a journalist school, and then after I was all done, I'd get out, I'd get a job, I'd write an article. I'm like, I never thought I'd write an article ever in my life.
I never thought I'd do this.
Yeah.
Then there's Justice Smith.
Justice Smith in this movie is just annoying. No, that veterinarian.
I don't know
He
the
played the
actor.
He was the skinny black kid who offered
not-
bug spray to the guard.
He's not black. He's I don't know. I'm not sure what ethnicity he is actually.
Either
I think
way.
he's like Puerto Rican.
He was the dude screaming at like the Spinosaurus when lava was coming through the
It wasn't. It was a baryonyx.
Oh. That sounds like a Pokemon. Baryonyx, the reptilian Pokemon.
The same fucking
God damn it.
person who created the last dinosaur in Jurassic World annoys the shit out of me.
Oh, Wu? Pretty sure that's his name.
He's only in this movie. He's only in the series still because his character in the original Jurassic Park book dies. He is still on the island when all the shit goes down, and he gets eaten by a velociraptor. But
Why has he not gotten eaten yet?
in the first movie, he's there for a brief snippet and he leaves. But then, I guess he's the only actor who wanted to pick up their phone when Jurassic World 1 was made. So they put him in the movie because it's like, oh, that character's still alive. Everybody knows how he is in the books. He's kind of a dick. So let's just make him like the bad guy now.
And he's basically the mad scientist making more and more genetically altered.
Yeah,
so much.
And on the topic of
Then again,
genetically
I know you're
altered
supposed to,
dinosaurs, the Indominus and the Indoraptor.
It's like when the Indominus Rex was so far away from working, why would you do the same thing with a smaller one? No, I have a better question. Why would you make it to where you design a dinosaur that you have to control it and point to its target with a gun? Why don't you just use a gun?
Thank you for
What?
taking the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, the dude,
Question.
what's his name from?
Question is.
Yeah.
though, I have to add on to that.
Alright.
You had problems with the last one being part raptor. Why would you add more to it?
Yeah, why would you just make this one a full raptor? Make it even smarter, more dangerous, smaller.
Yeah.
What?
The military dude in Jurassic World is like, we're gonna take these things, send them out into the enemy lines, and they're gonna eat them.
Yeah,
Shoe
you see-
buckle and
No,
all.
they're gonna eat you before they eat anything.
Yeah, just
That idea was just stupid in the first
much
one.
like King of the Monsters, I like Jurassic World 1 because it knows what it is.
Yes.
It knows it's just a fun monster movie that has a little bit to say, but is mostly just trying to be a fun monster movie. Fallen Kingdom's just so pretentious.
Yeah, they're leading off with the whole military use of dinosaurs, which is stupid.
Yeah, which... There's so much wrong with that idea. It could be done interesting, but they just don't know how to write here.
Unless
So,
they...
You want... How about the fact that most of this movie's set in a fucking basement?
Yeah.
Yeah,
First
the
of all,
last half of the movie.
owner of the house did not know they had built a whole underground lab in his basement. How do you not realize this?
You'd think you would have heard something by now.
It's like you would have heard construction, a bunch of digging.
Yeah.
Moreover, it's
Hey,
like,
Larry, what's that noise downstairs?
they got a bunch of like science and military people who are at the stupid dinosaur auction, which is an interesting idea if done well, and they don't do it well.
No, they don't.
But
Yeah,
they have all those people here. Like, where are they parking?
yeah, they had a bunch of vats, too, with, like, little embryos growing in it, too.
Yeah.
And, incubators for the eggs.
It's like, did the dude not realize that it's like, oh, you made a bunch of truck depots at my house? Because you see a bunch of trucks leaving with the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
See trucks leaving with the dinosaurs. There's also cages for most of these things in there, too.
Yeah, it's like, you didn't what? No, and don't get me started on the returning characters. Like,
Yeah, no.
What's with Claire and Owen in this movie? They go
broke
through the same arc that they went through in Jurassic World 1.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bet you right now they're going to do the same damn arc in Jurassic World 3.
You'll never know, because you're not going to see it.
No, I'm going to see it just to
I'm gonna see it.
fucking piss down its grave.
Not.
Yeah.
And do you want to talk about the biggest, this horrible, awful thing that happens? This huge plot revelation.
Bring it up.
The
though.
Maisie, the little girl, is a clone.
Yeah.
Do you want to know how much this actually matters to the story?
No.
It doesn't matter at all. Nothing matters about this plotline. The reason they do this is so that at the end of the movie she lets the dinosaurs out because they're also cloned creatures. Do you want to know how you could have written this and made it better and just made it make more sense? She lets them out because they're fucking animals and she doesn't want to see them die.
Thank you for taking the words out of my mouth. Dude, I haven't seen you rage this hard about anything since, I think, the anime trilogy last year. Or at least the first 2 anime movies you saw. Because the first 2, they were number 1 on your list. Are you gonna be okay?
God, Fallen Kingdom can fuck off. It's an awful movie. Not to mention that fucking idiot military guy who's like, I'm collecting teeth. Oh, what's this thing? I'm gonna take its tooth. Or, what's that? And the thing's baiting him. It fucking eats him because it's a fucking idiot who goes in the fucking cage. It's like fucking...
You'd think he would have sedated the thing.
So who's looking forward to 3?
No. I've read what Trevorrow wants to do with 3. No.
What do they want to... What do they want to do with 3?
It's like, it's gonna mostly focus on, Clone Girl and
Claire.
Yeah. And then, all the dinosaurs that...
In the world of dinosaurs.
Not in the world. He said, he's like, oh, it's kind of like, how we know there are tigers in the world, but we don't actually run into them. Dinosaurs are kind of like that. It's like, no, they're not. Oh, you fucking idiot. No. Dinosaurs are gonna be fucking lost and afraid and not know what kind of world they stepped into. Of course fucking havoc's gonna happen beyond just running into one when you're in a foggy night.
Well, not only that, but the people surfing at the end of the movie, that giant whale
How
thing.
about that fucking mosasaur?
Yeah, that's...
It's like, no, that's not just gonna be something that exists in the world. That's something that's gonna destroy the ecosystem.
Precisely.
No, he's like, I want this to be a real and grounded take. It's like, that's the least grounded idea I've ever heard. The idea that Godzilla's a giant monster who stomps buildings is more grounded than that, because of course he's a giant monster who stomps buildings because he comes destroyed as that. Because he's huge. Of course things are gonna get destroyed when he's outdoor.
Darling, take a deep breath.
I haven't heard you rage that hard until you, dissected Thanos' plan about wiping out half of life.
And remember, this is the idiot who was going to direct episode 9 before they kicked him off the project.
Sweetheart, deep breath.
You alright, buddy? You gonna be good? Take a deep breath, man. Your eyes twitching.
I hate Fallen Kingdom more than I realize.
Would it be, below the anime movies?
No, I hate City on the Edge of Battle more. No, I think this is about on the level with Grindelwald now.
And on the topic of Grindelwald, let's just transition right into Harry Potter and the Fantastic Beast movies.
Here you go.
Another...
Allow me to have my piece about it. I have not read through all the books.
I have.
But I have seen plenty of videos, especially the Dom's analysis on the Harry Potter franchise. And it's about on par what the Percy Jackson series is with those book transitions. But as for the Fantastic Beast movies, I figured that would be an interesting new thing, and the first movie did that decently. But as for the second one, I hand it to you, Tyler.
I'm not even gonna rage at this one. This is just really bad. The second Grindelwald's just really bad. There's so many things about that movie that just does not make sense.
I honestly didn't think Johnny Depp was that bad in the movie.
No, Johnny Depp's in the movie. There are so many plot lines that they just create that lead nowhere.
Like the fact that Nagini is a shape-shifting woman.
Yeah, which Rowling claims. That was always meant to be that way.
No.
I've read the books. I've watched all the movies. Clearly it wasn't.
Nope.
There's clearly no way this was intended.
Then there's Ezra Miller's character.
How many times this movie breaks lore? Like McGonagall being at Hogwarts when Dumbledore is teaching there. Within the 30s, right?
30s or the 40s.
Like she's
sometime after the Great
She's not
Depression.
even born. I think she's barely been born yet.
I think so.
Because I know it's after World War I.
Yeah.
The Newt Scamander love thing
that didn't really need to happen.
Goes nowhere.
The human characters, like the Newt Scamander's girlfriend's sister bewitching the fat human.
And
I don't even know his
I'm in
name.
the movie again.
Yeah, he didn't really need to be in here.
No, and then that chick, because I don't care about her name.
We don't know the names of most of these characters except Newt.
Yeah, I don't care about them either. It's like she becomes evil at the end because she wants to be with the Muggle. But here's the thing, she's going with the dude who's going to literally kill all Muggles.
Mm-hmm. That's stupid.
What the fuck?
I don't know. But I found the first Fantastic Beasts to be fine.
Yeah, it was delightful. It was nice.
It was lighthearted, a different take on the series, but the second movie was a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, just fucked right off.
And we might do a review of those movies, but probably not, because...
Probably might do a review of Crimes of Grindelwald.
Maybe.
I can barely remember the movie because it didn't leave anything for me, and all I remember is I kind of hate it. I hated it. It was at number 4 for me on worst.
Yeah, but here's the thing about that now. I remember Crimes of Grindelwald, but I can't explain it. I remember the vivid imagery going on in there, like what they're trying to do, but I just can't explain it. Because the way they do it in the movie...
It's just a terribly put together movie.
The plot's poorly put together, especially with Ezra Miller's character.
Bad.
I didn't like Ezra Miller in the first movie, either. He was just...
or how he's just still alive, apparently.
Yeah, he's apparently controlling the Blackwater mist that's still inside of him. Which, I don't get that.
He's Dumbledore's brother now, apparently. Maybe Grindelwald's lying, maybe he's not, we don't know.
Hey, who knows?
If he is lying, that would be a terrible cop-out, and if he isn't lying, it's a terrible retcon.
For all we know...
So either way, Rowling fucked this up terribly.
Yeah, if that turns out to be Aldous, or Dumbledore's actual brother, that's breaking.
Books better?
Complete retcon. The books are much better.
There are books for Fantastic Beasts. Rowling is writing these as movies, and she doesn't know how to write movies, apparently.
The Harry Potter series,
she's much like
the books are much better.
She's much like the writer of Fate
yeah,
Stay Night, Kinuka Nasu. He's he knows how to write visual novels. He knows how to write light novels. He's really good at that. He is not a good TV writer. He's a good long form story, not a good short form story at all.
And we all have our own thoughts about the Harry Potter movies, but
I've only seen
some of them are good, some of them are bad. The movie franchise I would consider just bad.
Some of them are
honestly.
I only remember certain select scenes and that were funny, and that's about it.
Yeah, my favorite movie is still probably Prisoner of Azkaban.
I'll make a case for Deathly Hallows.
Parts 1 and 2?
Yeah.
And I like the Half-Blood Prince a lot more than people give the movie credit for, though.
I forget which one Mary went to see and said Harry Potter got hot. I thought that was funny.
That was probably Half-Blood Prince.
Probably. I just thought it was funny that she said that.
Alright, what's next on the list, boyo?
Well, we've barely been even following this list.
Yeah, but we're just connecting the dots as best we can.
You want to talk about Transformers?
On from one somewhat...
You want to just keep talking about stuff that sucks?
Yeah, let's just keep going about stuff that sucks, and then save what we can discuss as good, potentially, for last.
Keep the torch for this one.
Transformers! Complete and agonizing shit!
Well, damn.
I wasn't even trying for a rhyme there, it just fucking sucks.
Well, damn. Okay.
I hate these movies.
I can watch the first one fine.
Bumblebee's the only good one.
I haven't even seen that one.
Everything else in this franchise sucks. It sucks so bad.
Let's start with how things began. Yeah. Witwicky and the first 3 movies are difficult.
These movies meld together. It's all the same movie. All of it.
My name is Optimus Prime.
And it all does
I'm starring in shit.
All does the same bullshit. It's all terrible, terrible humor. A lot of racist humor. A lot of sexist humor.
What is that sound
Tristan hates these movies too.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn. Okay.
because it's not funny.
It's not his type of prejudice humor.
It's like all the humans are just terrible and annoying. It's like there's a difference between making
Puns.
no, there's a difference between having humans in a Transformers movie versus having them in a Godzilla movie. For everybody who's trying to compare King of the Monsters to a Transformers movie,
Go right ahead.
the difference is that in the Transformers movies,
Besides the fact that one was good and one was bad.
Well, yeah.
well, yeah, other than that, the Transformers are actually they walk, they talk, they have emotion, they have feeling.
They have personalities.
You can completely center a movie on them, have them have conversations, and nobody would get bored.
Yeah, Bumblebee. Hello.
It's like the human characters, if you do them right, can add to it, but when they do them wrong, like they do all the time, with the exception of Bumblebee, in these Transformers movies, they can be agonizing to sit through. Whereas in Godzilla, the humans are needed to keep the story grounded. Because while the monsters are definitely characters, definitely have their own stuff going on, they can't make conversation.
No, they cannot.
Yeah, they can't truly ground the film.
They can only roar at each other.
Yeah, they can only really roar, fight, and pump their chest out at each other.
And
They're only calm though.
Well, that's basically what Godzilla and Ghidorah were doing to each other after.
the only additional thing is that they were firing lightning and atomic breath at one another
I
too.
would laugh so hard if Gogeta just pops out of the water and goes, "Hi, how you doing?" Like, that would be funny.
Now all of you can die because I'm a dick.
Now, additionally, with the Transformer films, the CGI just blurs together.
It's like everybody, like no, it's not that anybody's bland in Transformers. The problem is they're all annoying.
There's also no
even
color.
Even the Transformers themselves, a lot of them are just annoying.
The twins in Revenge of the Fallen.
Don't even get me started on them. Oh my god, I hated those two.
That hurt, man. It's supposed to hurt. It's an ass kicking.
Oh, that was funny. That was funny.
There are moments in these movies that I will enjoy, like specifically when Mark Wahlberg is in them. But the rest of them can just...
I probably hate Age of Extinction the most.
Most likely, and you saw that in the theaters.
Yeah, I did see that in theaters.
Worst money you ever spent?
And me and my brother came out of that movie, we looked at each other and we were like, that was a bad life decision.
Yeah, it's a waste of money.
No, everybody was like, it was a standing ovation at the end credits because apparently everybody's an idiot. And he was just like, stop clapping! All of you!
Really? Jacob said that?
Yeah! We hated it!
Hated the
Every
movie.
You
second
both
of
literally
it.
stood up and yelled,
No,
"Stop."
he was like, stop clapping! This movie was horrible. Everything about the movie was bad.
I think Age of Extinction might be the worst one, but the most disappointing one for me was probably The Last Night.
Last Night's the best of the sequels. And that's saying nothing.
Exactly, it's just disappointing.
Movies just...
Not to mention...
And Paramount wants to go back to this formula.
Yeah, no. Don't do that.
Why would they do that?
Money!
Everything about... No, because here's the thing. Do you want to know why Bumblebee didn't make too much? One, because it was released around a crowded holiday season with several other things, specifically Aquaman, Mary Poppins Returns. So of course it's not going to make much against those two. But also because nobody really gives a shit about these movies anymore because they're all bad.
With the exception of Bumblebee.
Do you want... I'm not sure how... No, Age of Extinction made so much money because it was the first movie released in China. But do you want to know who didn't give a shit when Last Night came out because the movie sucked?
China.
And neither did America. So of course it lost money because nobody likes these movies anymore. Nobody really liked them to begin with.
You know what I find the most disappointing, though? That Sentinel Prime and Dark of the Moon was probably one of Leonard Nimoy's last roles.
It was one of his last roles.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, and I think Into Darkness was a couple of his last roles.
Funny enough, I believe Unicron in the animated Transformers movies, I think that was Orson Welles' last role.
That's
That's a way to go out.
yeah.
Especially for an actor like Orson Welles.
Still, though, let's just say that Shia LaBeouf can fuck off.
Shia LaBeouf's just an awful human being.
Poor guy. He just wanted his fries. Tristan will explain it to you.
Okay.
He's a shit.
I know he's a
terrible
piece of
person.
shit, but
He's a bad actor. He's a bad person.
Yeah, let's.
There's nothing about him that's good.
I was say I heard a story on him once where he was in this film where he was supposed to play this like dude who doesn't shower, and he literally didn't shower
It wouldn't surprise me.
and so many of his coworkers complained, and he just didn't care.
All right, so let's.
So franchise
bad.
awful.
And it
This is
should
the
be
worst
dead.
franchise. Let me look at this list again.
Is it just
Yeah, this is the worst franchise on this list
Really? You're gonna say that the Dark Universe is a better franchise than this?
because it never got off the ground. Yeah,
So is
Okay.
this throw it in the trash bag, or is this?
Oh yeah, throw it in the trash bag.
super. It's like just as they're getting good with Bumblebee, they want to go back to being bad.
Wait.
So-
Yes.
Thank you.
What is it?
Is this regular throw it in the trash bag, or is this like stab it multiple times, set it on fire, then throw it in the trash bag?
Yes.
Despite Bumblebee being good,
With
yes,
the exception
it's
of
the latter.
And Tyler's pissed at me because I own 4 of the Transformer movies on Blu-ray.
Why do you keep trading them in and rebuying them?
Because they're cheap as shit.
So
Sometimes I just want to torture you.
save money and buy something that's not these.
Which reminds me, I still gotta get the Last Night.
I tell you not to buy these movies because they're bad, and you say you hate them, but you do anyway.
Yes.
Like,
It's also
this is-
why I have The Last Airbender.
Wait, the live action?
It's like,
Yes.
I don't even
I've
own
got that
that.
I've got that too.
Why?
It was given to me for somebody. They haven't come to
That
get
person must hate you.
it. I don't know. I haven't seen them in quite a while.
Speaking of hate, Dark Universe,
I guess. I mean, it's got one movie and then it just
which I have not
died.
seen. I have not seen The Mummy.
I did.
That was funny.
It's bad.
No, not the Brendan
No, we're not
Fraser
talking about
Mummy.
Brendan Fraser. We're talking about the
Tom Cruise
one.
2017 Mummy.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Don't. It's just bad.
Just go back to the Brendan
Everything
Fraser
about it is wrong. Like, this is how you don't make a cinematic universe. Don't make.
Also for the scarabness. Oh shit!
You know you can speak up, right?
I did.
Okay.
Like, there's barely anything to talk about the Dark Universe except for the fact that they tried to kick it off with Dracula Untold, and Dracula Untold sucked.
Oh.
So they were all like, you know what? No, that wasn't the start. The Mummy, that's the start. And The Mummy is worse. And now the writer's room is just gone.
Ow.
So,
Dead franchise.
but that's not your earring then.
It needs to go out again. Oh my god.
All right. Well, Dark Universe is dead, canceled, kaput.
Goodbye.
Precisely.
You want to talk about Power Rangers?
That is a surprise reaction. I never thought I would hear that
It's-
reaction out of you.
All Hasbro now.
It's
gonna be in
it's-
with the Transformers.
It's not that I don't like the Power Rangers movie.
Because
That
we know you're obsessed with it.
I am obsessed with Power Rangers. It is my crack.
We all
I will
have our things.
never tire of Power Rangers or Super Sentai for as long as I am able to do so.
However,
This movie was such a good put together film. Sure, the action at the end started to slow things down a bit, but hey, that's what happens most of the time in certain Power Ranger seasons.
yeah.
Specifically in I think it's the Neo Saban era with Samurai, Megaforce, those two in particular.
Megaforce.
Precisely, that's what I'm going off of. The fight scenes in those are just so fucking boring. They
Yeah.
force so much fight scenes into those seasons, and it's just agonizing to sit through.
Okay.
Just like back with SPD, where they brought in the Cal explosions. You know, where they set off the explosion with them leaping in front of it, but then they have
Yeah.
they feel the need to play the same footage again, except it's slowed down and zoomed in.
Yeah.
It's redundant.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
what happens in a lot of things.
I will give it this, though. What they did at the end of this movie with them finally morphing and doing the Megazord fight, it was not nearly as bad as that, but it just turned into another generic sort of action film with a lot more colorful costumes.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, the first half and I guess it would be the first 2/3 of this movie, is basically the Breakfast Club with superpowers.
It is.
That premise is not a bad premise.
And now it'll be with Transformers.
Don't remind me. Hasbro, you better do something right with this franchise. You're not off to a good start with Beast Morphers. Fucking Austin
Yes,
St. John, the original Red Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, does not want to come back and cross over with you guys. None of the Dino Thunder Rangers do. None of those fucking legends who gave us a lot of stuff that we really enjoyed growing up. They don't want any part of your shit because you are not doing this series justice.
Second rage mode reached.
And don't even get me started on your
This technically the
Hasbro Cinematic Universe.
I went
You
off
want to
on
combine
Well, yeah,
Power
you
Rangers
know,
with fucking
still
G.I.
good.
Joe and
Good.
Transformers
That's why
and
I said
fucking
second.
My Little Pony and a bunch of other fucking shit that no one's even heard of. Tristan counted, there's like 5 or 6 older TV show and product brands that no one has heard of or gives a shit about. You want to combine that shit together. Just give us more garbage. You want to swallow it up, let it retract in your stomach and then just shoot it out of your chest like a fucking xenomorph. You just want to give us the blood and bile. This is just garbage. You want to fucking give us this shit when we had a perfectly good first attempt at a movie. Sure, it didn't underperform. Sure, it underperformed.
No, it bombed.
Sure, it bombed, but it wasn't bad. It's connected with you, Hasbro, because nothing ever goes well with you unless the fucking toy sales are good.
It'll now be a Transformers movie.
You shut your mouth!
You think I'm happy about this?
It's my babies.
I liked the Power Rangers movie.
Okay.
I don't want it to just be Transformers.
Okay.
I want actual effort put in.
I'm also just going to say this right now. The Hasbro Cinematic Universe franchise, dead on arrival. Nobody's gonna go see that G.I. Joe movie. I guarantee
I'm
that
pretty sure
right
no.
now. It comes out the same month as a Pixar movie, as Godzilla vs. Kong, and the Mulan remake. Nobody's
Wait,
gonna
what?
go. Yes, the Mulan remake.
Yeah,
Comes out in March.
and Tyler's gonna flip a table if they whitewash it.
I'm gonna flip a table if they whitewash it. It's one of my favorite Disney movies.
I doubt they will. See, if they didn't whitewash Aladdin, so they won't whitewash Mulan.
We're not getting in that topic.
We will discuss that when The Lion King comes
That will be a
out.
third fucking rage.
Don't worry, we're going to discuss Aladdin and a Lion King remake in a couple of weeks. When The Lion King comes out, it will be a Disney podcast.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, but they're
Calm down, Lovely.
releasing that movie, the G.I. Joe movie, the same month as a Pixar movie, Godzilla vs. Kong, and A Quiet Place 2, and a Mulan remake. Of course it's not going to make any money.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, do you think Alvin and the Chipmunks The Road Trip made money when it went up against Star Wars?
Oh, God, no.
It's
Of course it didn't.
Precisely. It's going to be the same fucking pattern again.
It's like, do I want to see Godzilla vs. Kong, or do I want to see some stupid G.I. Joe movie that might be a sequel to the other 2 shitty G.I. Joe movies?
No, did anyone even see those 2 G.I. Joe movies?
I saw the first one, and I hated it. My brother says the second one's also horrible.
Well, during my little rage moment, I brought up a xenomorph. Do you want to just move over to aliens?
So we're still talking about bad franchises.
Yes.
I love the first 2 Alien movies. The second one's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, and
Alien 3 is terrible.
Alien Resurrection is garbage.
But it kind of knows it's garbage.
And then there was
Gotta say, there's a big
Prometheus.
No, and then there was Alien vs. Predator.
Oh, yeah.
Both of those are garbage.
There's a big butt coming up somewhere.
And then there's Prometheus and Alien Covenant. And they both suck.
but the first two movies will forever remain classics.
I love the first two movies. The first one's a great sci-fi horror film. The second one's a fantastic action horror film. Alien 3 is just so terrible.
That's just about it for Alien, honestly.
Because
I haven't
hate Alien.
I saw
3.
Alien. I saw Alien Covenant. I did not see Prometheus.
Now, one of the first videos on this channel is me raging on Alien 3. So
Yeah. Here's the fact about that. 2017, Alien Covenant came out in 2017, right?
yes.
Here's the thing. I saw that movie, made the list at the end of the year,
You
and
forgot
forgot
you
that I
saw
saw
that
Alien
movie.
Covenant. It was that unmemorable.
Damn.
There's
All right
nothing.
then.
That movie tries to be all philosophical and stuff, but it just comes off as annoying.
Right. So, with that said, what's next?
I want to talk about the other franchise that had the same downswing.
Predator?
Terminator. Wait, we didn't put Predator on this list.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just discuss Terminator.
No, let me just discuss Predator real quick. There's one good movie. That's it.
Basically.
All right.
Okay, Terminator. This is the same as Aliens. Really, it had the same thing. First one's great. The second one's even better.
Third one's garbage.
Third one's garbage. Fourth one's
one's
trash. You kind of knows it's trash though.
Yeah.
And
And then Genesis.
Genesis is shit.
And we're
And
gonna,
I'm going to just say it right now, Dark Fate's just gonna be shit.
Dark Fate's gonna
It's
suck.
the same story as Alien.
You know,
This is the same exact pattern.
yeah, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger looks miserable in that trailer.
He
Pretty
really
sure he
does.
probably is.
Yeah, he's been playing the same emotionless robot for how long ago was the first Terminator?
He
came
read
out
the
in the
script. He
80s.
probably knows it's gonna be shit.
So roughly
I
20.
don't want to be in.
So a
I
little
don't
more than
want to
20
be
years.
in this.
I do not want to be in this movie.
I don't want to be in this movie. Get me out of it.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. My Team Francis go. Oh, what? I'm in a Rambo movie this year.
I have not seen any of the frickin' Rambo films.
I've only seen the first one, so.
All right, we went over Terminator. Dark Fate is going to suck. Probably not as much as another movie that has the word dark in its title. But what else?
Fast and Furious, I guess.
Yeah, Luke's and Hobbs and Shaw is coming out.
Yeah, I know you like this franchise. I don't really care for it that much.
Yeah,
I'm indifferent.
I am
I've
fine.
only seen a couple movies.
I'm actually really fine with this franchise. Austin would probably agree with me on the
That's just
enjoyment
because Austin
factor.
jerks off to cars.
I'll
Most
admit
likely.
they are fun, dumb, enjoyable movies.
That's at least that's what 5 to 8 are.
Yeah.
The first 4 movies is more story, character driven, which is fine, but
From what
you
I've
don't
heard,
exactly
too.
get these characters likable until Fast 5.
From what I've heard, 2 and 4 are pretty terrible.
Yeah. Too Fast, Too Furious is garbage. And the 4th Fast and Furious movie is just build up to Fast 5. That's the way I see it. I'm going to see Hobbs and Shaw.
Which is just a spin-off. Why is this getting spin-offs?
Uh,
People are going to get so tired of these. I'm surprised they haven't already.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
I think these get released like every so often, so that's
They get released every couple of years. That's probably what kind of helps it.
yeah. It's not like it's Marvel and releasing it three movies a
in
year.
a year. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's how.
Godzilla's 35 came over the period of 65 years.
Yeah, that's how Fast and Furious has managed to stay somewhat fresh, and they're only working up to 10, so there's only 2 more movies, not including spin-offs. So it's perfectly serviceable in that case.
Why are they still... They could honestly just end it with 8 and be fine.
They could have, yeah.
I mean, you could end it with any of them and be fine.
Yeah, but they have something they want to do for the last 2 movies. They want to go the Jason route and go to space first.
Oy vey.
What? That's stupid.
Hey, it's no more stupid than the concept of skydiving with cars.
No, it's stupider.
Regardless, I like the Fast and Furious series. just
You
fine.
know a series has gone downhill when it goes unless you're Mario. When it goes to space, you know you've gone down.
Yeah.
Well, Nightmare on Elm Street didn't go to space yet.
I hope they don't.
Don't worry, I
haven't
think
seen
that's dead.
That franchise is dead.
No, they're remaking.
I hear mixed on that all the time, whether it's going to get a reboot or not. If it does, I hope it's kind of like the new Halloween reboot, which was fantastic.
I know. If not, I'm going to be even more pissed.
I don't think it's
The
going to be
first
that,
reboot
because
was
I don't
shit.
see Robert Englund getting in the makeup anytime soon
He's
again.
not-
Robert
going to.
Englund said he would want to do it again.
Huh.
That's weird because
He also said he has a really interesting idea for what they could do with a new one.
Interesting.
That's weird because he said after. What was it? After.
It would have been after Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah, after that,
Yeah.
he said he would never do it again.
Either way, what else is on there? But I'd say overall, the Fast and Furious series is serviceable. If it's not your cup of tea, then just watch something
That's
else.
just not my thing. I'm looking at ones we haven't talked about. Mission Impossible. This is a good
The
franchise.
second movie sucks.
The second movie's the only bad one, though. The other ones are all good.
Yeah,
This is a solid franchise. I really liked Fallout.
I think it's either I think Ghost Protocol might be my favorite.
I'm not as into Ghost Protocol as everyone else, honestly.
I think that's the one where he's climbing out this.
Off the Burj Khalifa.
Yep.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that's got some of my favorite scenes in that one. I can't remember what the fifth one's called.
Rogue Nation.
Rogue Nation. There we go. That one's also entertaining.
And my favorite is Fallout.
Yep.
I really liked Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yeah, the mustache that brought the DC universe to its knees
Yes.
with shotgun arms.
Sorry about that.
It's fun. Henry. I hope Henry Cavill gets more work in the future.
He's gonna be Geralt of Rivia in the Witcher Netflix series.
Cool.
Which I hope it's good because The Witcher isn't just a video game series; it's based off of a book series, so it could work.
Yeah. Hopefully Ben Affleck will be fine later too.
Oh, he'll be fine. He's a great director, so.
Which, by the way, Chris Evans' next step is directing too. Captain America.
Next.
That's about all for Mission Impossible. First one's a classic, though.
Yep. So, looking at this list here, Spider-Man.
All right, so
Spider-Man.
let's dissect this. Let's talk about the Sam Raimi series first, then move on to briefly talk about the Amazing Spider-Man and, well, we already talked about our thoughts with Homecoming regarding. Yes.
Yeah, and Far From Home will be next week. We're going to talk
week's
about.
podcast.
We're going to talk about a
I
couple
wanna see
movies.
that.
Next
Yeah, we're talking
week.
about a couple movies next week.
Yeah, we'll be talking I'll just tell you right now for a preview for next week. We're talking about Toy Story 4.
Yep.
Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Possibly
And possibly
Child's Play.
Child's Play because I've seen the new Child's Play.
I'm gonna try and see it before the
I
week's over. Which is odd because you haven't seen any of the other Child's
Yeah, I haven't
Play
seen
movies.
any of the other Child's Play movies.
Yeah, which I've got 1 to 4. I'll let you borrow them sometime.
I know I need to see them.
Yeah. Really? I thought you already saw them.
I've seen like one.
Either way, we were on Spider-Man. Let's see. Right off the bat, I did a review of Spider-Man 3. Still proud of that review. Check that out.
And you still hate it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to defend Spider-Man 3, but I like the Sam Raimi movies quite a bit.
Sam Raimi movies are fine.
I
for
like
the more corny comic book style.
and 2. 3 is
3 has problems out the ass load. Again, I talked about it in a freaking review. Oh, that movie.
Still don't think it's the worst one.
Yeah, I'm proud of that review.
No, I'm talking about the movie.
Oh, okay.
I still don't think it's the worst Spider-Man movie.
Nope.
At least it doesn't tease stuff that will never happen. At least that's not the whole focus of the movie.
Right. He hates the Amazing Spider-Man series,
I specifically hate Amazing Spider-Man 2.
which hopefully we'll talk about that in a review
Yeah,
at some point.
we're gonna review it eventually. We haven't made a review in a while.
Yeah, we still need to finish the current stuff we're doing with the reviews.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 2, not very good.
I hate Amazing Spider-Man 2. Amazing Spider. I used to love Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Yeah, but then you thought about it.
But, especially after the second one came out, I kind of turned on it.
Oh, we actually did a review of the first Amazing Spider-Man movie, too. We did that when Nathan was still a thing.
Yeah, our thoughts are up.
Nathan was still a thing.
Yeah, Nathan is still a thing. He's
Yeah,
just
but he's not a thing on the channel.
I like that. When Nathan was still a thing.
Nathan's still alive.
Yeah, which we have plans for him in the future.
He has a wife and a kid now.
Yeah,
He
right.
can't be around us all the time anymore.
We have a plan for
He
him.
was when we started the channel, he was still single and just a college student.
Yeah.
Now he's a family man.
Who threw away his IT degree.
He needs to use that.
Yeah, but precisely, Amazing Spider-Man 2 might still be the best Spider-Man movie.
What did you just say?
Uh-oh.
I missed that. What did you just say?
Oh, my
Amazing
bad. Spider-Man 2.
Did I hear you just say Amazing Spider-Man 2 was the best one?
Yeah.
Fuck you!
Yeah.
No,
Like
best one,
I said.
Spider-Verse.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting about Spider-Verse.
How did you fucking forget about Spider-Verse?
Because I just kept thinking, I automatically go to the Spider-Man trilogy or the Amazing Spider-Man series. Live action wise, that's what my mind always goes to. Yeah, she loves Spider-Verse too.
I do.
And we're getting a female spin-off, which I'm completely fine with.
I'm fine with that because
Yeah, Spider-Gwen,
established-
Spider-Woman, bunch of other female spiders are gonna kick ass across the multiverse.
you see when you want to do stuff like that with characters we don't really know, you either write it really good write a really good movie first, or if they have already shown up in another movie, you make sure that character is good and we like them. We like Spider-Gwen.
Yeah,
we want to see her on movie.
Yes.
Yeah, not only that, but they also made good impressions of other characters. They made a good impression with Penny Parker. They made a good impression with Spider-Ham. They made a good impression with Spider-Man Noir. Some were calling it. Shut up, Nicolas Cage. Shove off. And yeah, he also I really like Peter B. Parker. Peter B. Parker and Miles was pretty good too.
Miles is great.
Miles is a great character in that. Yeah, that's about it. But I can see for the spin-off, they'll bring back Spider-Gwen. Duh.
Yeah.
Spider-Gwen, Spider-Woman, all the variants of Spider-Woman, and Spider-Girl as well.
What about Silk?
So she's going to be in the Spider-Woman team-up movie.
Yeah, and possibly Madam Web. I mean, it's Madam Web. She kind of has a key connection to the multiverse.
Yeah.
So you can't really do
those are the only superhero movies I'm really looking forward to anymore.
because the
Or
first one was so
Spider-Verse
well
films.
written.
Yes, because I love the first one quite a bit. So, also Homecoming. I don't like Homecoming, so
Why?
You don't like it anymore.
I never really liked it to begin with.
He says the humor kills moments too quickly.
The humor kills moments all the time in that movie. And I'm just not that into high school comedies, like, at all.
Yeah, but
like it.
there's only one.
Specifically the ones that aren't rated R, I don't really like them because, okay, it's like, I went through high school. That's not how we talk.
Yeah, no.
You know what? There's one thing that really holds Spider-Man: Homecoming back for me, in terms of character-wise,
What?
is they forgot Spider-Man's spider sense.
Yeah, they did. Wow, I didn't even notice that.
You know, I already know the plot for Far From Home because I didn't really give a shit, so I looked it up.
And we'll
Yeah.
talk about that next week.
I'm not going to spoil anything
Yeah,
for
no.
you. Oh, no, I'll spoil one thing for you. Here's what the twist of the movie is. Have you ever read a comic book with Mysterio in it? Then you know exactly what the twist is.
I love Mysterio. I accepted long ago that we would probably never see Mysterio in a Spider-Man movie, and yet here we are.
With Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Really good
Originally,
actor.
it was supposed to be Bruce Campbell, back when Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies were still successful.
Yeah, that was the idea.
Yeah. That would have been funny as hell. He would have gone like, "Alright, Spider-Man, I'm Mysterio. And this is my boomstick!" Oh yeah, Evil Dead's a franchise.
Okay, let's get our thoughts on that one out real quick. Good.
Yeah. Good movies, good TV show.
Everything in that franchise is good.
It's groovy.
There's not a single bad thing in that franchise.
Yeah, nothing really. Bruce Campbell's awesome. What else we got left?
Well, Batman.
Might as well talk about Batman.
This is such a varying degrees of quality series.
Let's see, the Burton films were just
First
fine.
two Burton films are great.
The Schumacher films
the
are not the
two
best.
Schumacher films suck. Specifically Batman and Robin. That sucks.
Yeah, Batman Forever is fine.
Batman Mask of the Phantasm is great.
Batman Under the Red Hood is phenomenal.
I'm not going to include anything as a direct video. I'm talking about theatrical releases here.
I'm gonna include those, though. So you'll hear them from my point of view. Let us move on. Christian Bale's...
Yeah, Christopher Nolan films are all at least good.
Yep.
I say not. I don't say great because Dark Knight Rises is
Passable.
passable.
Yeah, and Tristan has his major issue with Bane.
He hasn't even seen the movie.
Tristan, do you feel in charge? If he listens to this podcast, I'm gonna pay for that later.
Notice he only cares
Yeah,
if
you
it's a Hispanic person.
Yeah,
Anybody else notice that?
yeah. And then, what else was that? Batman v Superman. Dork of Justice.
I hate Batman. We've already talked about the DCEU films.
Yeah, we have.
But those go without saying at this point.
Yep. And real quick, I will go over some DVD Batmans. Under the Red Hood is phenomenal,
If we're going to include those, we might as well talk about video games too.
I guess.
So let's just not talk about them because then this would go on too long.
As we went on, the Batman Arkham series is passable.
I just told you we're not talking about them.
And then the most recent release,
Cut.
Batman
Cut.
versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Cut.
is phenomenal. Fine, I'll do my own little release regarding the animated Batman films.
Because those vary in quality too. Some of
Yeah,
them are really good, some of them are really bad.
don't get me started on the Damian Wayne
Yeah,
movies.
some of them
man.
are really good, some of them are Gotham by Gaslight.
That's another movie I've been meaning to review.
Don't you hate that movie?
Yes, I do.
So how would we rank the Batman franchise as a whole?
Should we just leave it at neutral?
It's
Neutral.
mixed.
Yeah, neutral. That's a good call. It's neutral.
It's like some of the movies are as good as The Dark Knight, others are as bad as Batman and Robin.
I feel like this is a perfect spot for me because you can still hear.
I don't think you could because the things
the
are
mic's
here.
mic's up here, but it
Yeah, you might be muffled by the table.
yeah, maybe. Either way, just speak louder, I guess, if that works.
That might actually make it worse.
Alright. We're pulling you out then.
No. Ow! Ow!
We're pulling you out.
Ow!
There.
Ow!
I'm sorry. We just had to pull you out.
Ow!
There, now you're probably being heard more properly. Alright, so
Ow! I am not your footrest.
So, talking about other... We forgot to mention one series that was, as you put it, why?
Why is this a franchise? Why is The Conjuring a franchise?
I like the Conjuring movie.
No, I like the two Conjuring movies. I don't like the spin-offs at
What
all.
spin-offs?
Annabelle?
I like Annabelle.
Annabelle Creation? Annabelle Comes Home?
Is the newest
I have
one.
yet to
The
see that.
Nun?
Oh yeah, the
The
nun.
Nun sucks.
The
I will
Curse of
agree with that.
La Llorona, however you pronounce it.
The Curse of La
Llorona.
Llorona.
Yeah.
It's Llorona.
Llorona.
No, I
You're
will
on the
agree.
road to get your
Nun
ass run
sucks.
over, Llorona.
It's like those Annabelle movies are bad.
I like Annabelle
They're
though.
really bad.
Look, the only creepy cursed doll I want in my life is Chucky.
Because Chucky's got a personality. It's not based off a stupid internet horror story.
Yeah, but
You know what?
The
I
nuns-
have my opinion, you have yours.
The Nun sucks, though.
Yes, I will agree on that.
Why is this an extended franchise?
Oh yeah, the Nun. Austin was terrified by the Nun, wasn't he?
It's because he's a pussy.
The Nun's like the least scary thing ever.
And yet he shrieked in the theater.
Again, he's a pussy.
What's next? Might as well. We don't really have much of a connection to the rest of these, so let's just talk How to Train Your Dragon.
I'm not the biggest fan.
I love the How to Train Your Dragon series.
I've only seen part of one.
We will fix that someday, young one.
Because when I tried to watch it with my best friend years ago, we both fell asleep.
Yeah, but you guys were up at like 12.
That is true.
Y'all were tired. How to Train Your Dragon's pretty cool. Tyler has his main reasons for disliking the franchise, and I can
I don't
understand
dislike it. I'm just not a fan.
why. Yeah, you hate the side characters, though.
Yeah, I really don't like the side characters. All of the young Vikings in that series that aren't Hiccup or Astrid are annoying. None of them have a fun personality. They're all either too stupid,
Too loud.
too loud,
Or
or just obnoxious.
How did I know he was going to say obnoxious?
because it's Tyler.
Yeah, that's probably one of his favorite words, too.
I rarely say that word.
Yeah, except I could tell you were going to say obnoxious. Because you're right in this case about some of them being obnoxious. Specifically the fire breather. The dude who has the fire dragon.
Yeah.
The dude who tried to get with Hiccup's mom.
Which is just creepy and gross.
Yeah, it's disturbing. Still, I love the way it's all animated.
The animation's spectacular. How to Train Your Dragon 3 is probably the best looking 3D animated movie I've ever seen.
And the way they released the first movie was still really cool, too.
It's just, the stories are just weak, too. Like, I'm not gonna act like... It's basically The Lion King. That's what it is.
Story that's been done to death.
Yeah. It's a coming of age story, which can be good, but that's not the only story you can tell, and that's what all three of them tell. See, my favorite one's the first one.
I still love the ending to the third one, though. I like that it all...
Well, I like the
together
fact
and
that
all
they
about.
made it so that we can't get a fourth one.
Yeah, I felt like that if there's any other extensions, it'd probably just be in the TV series. Which, I don't think they're even going to do that. Because they shouldn't. It was perfectly ended. In my opinion, of course. Let's see. The other leftover one was Toy Story and what else?
Star Wars. We'll talk about Toy Story first.
I was gonna say, why don't you just leave Star Wars for last?
Toy Story is a great trilogy. I had
Yes.
heavy doubts about Toy Story 4, but it looks good.
It doesn't
And from
go
what
so
I've
far.
been told, it's another great one. But those first three are some of the absolute best animated films ever made.
Best animated, best acted, practically an essential classic for anyone.
Yeah, they are pretty close to perfect, honestly.
Not in terms of like CGI and whatnot, but in terms of emotion, story, and heart.
No, even rewatch, because I rewatched the first Toy Story the other night.
I would love to.
The animation's still really good.
It really
holds
holds
up.
up.
It's still way better. It's not as good as like Pixar's modern stuff, obviously, or even DreamWorks modern stuff. It's better than like Nut Job, like way better than that.
Which got a sequel.
Yeah, it's like way better than like Norm of the North or something.
Which got a trilogy.
It's like when you look at the fact that those movies are coming out like now, but are still look worse than Toy Story did which came out in 1995.
You know something's wrong.
I'm 2 years younger than Toy Story.
So am I.
I am only...
A year. You were 96, right?
Yeah. I'm a year younger than Toy Story, man.
Yeah, I grew up
I
with
don't
these
trust you,
films.
you
I grew up with Toy Story. I grew up with Disney.
Yeah, I remember going to see Toy Story 3 in theaters.
I don't trust any character.
And I know for a fact Toy
like
Story 2 was the second movie I ever saw in theaters.
I still remember one of the first few movies I saw in
that. I
theaters.
think the only Toy Story movie I saw in theaters was 3.
Sad thing is, I remember seeing Spider-Man 3 in theaters.
I
Yeah,
used
no,
to own 1 and 2.
Yeah, no, the first movie I ever saw in theaters is a movie we're about to glaze over. But
Yeah, I remember seeing Spider-Man 3 in theaters, but I also remember seeing The Dark Knight in theaters. So I feel that evens out.
I did not see The Dark Knight in theaters.
What?
My dad did not want me to see it.
Because of Heath Ledger?
Because it's too dark.
Oh.
How old were you?
How when did it come out? 2009?
I want to say 2009.
No, 2008. I was 11. Yeah, because it came out the same year as Iron Man.
Yeah, then I would have been 12. Well, Toy Story is perfect, practically.
I want to rewatch all 3.
Yeah, well, now we know where we move on from here.
Yep.
Star Wars.
You two aren't connected to it, so I'll take the reins on this one.
Here's the torch.
I love the original trilogy. I grew up with those. I especially grew up with Empire Strikes Back. That was the one that I put into my VCR the most because I had it on VHS. Empire. That is one of my favorite movies. The prequels. Hi, kitty. I remember going to see all of them in theaters. I remember seeing all of them, even though I was 2 when Phantom Menace comes out, because that was the first movie I ever saw in theaters. Again, I always found it funny that the first 2 movies I ever saw in theaters are a movie that had 1 in the title and a movie that had 2 in the title.
That's funny.
Like, in that order. But it's like, I liked them when they were coming out because I was young and I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Revenge of the Sith came out when I was like 8. Of course, it's flashy, it's big, it's fun. I love it. But even then, I liked the originals more. And I couldn't pinpoint why until I became a teenager and I rewatched the prequels and I realized that they're bad. They're really bad. There's very few things about them that work.
And I remember...
Yeah, we're going to do a whole podcast just on Star Wars with Tristan, so we're going to get a whole spiel of them.
And I remember when you and I first met in high school, you were dumbstruck by the fact that I had never seen a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
You thought I wasn't human.
I still don't think you're human, but...
That's a good guess, or at least a good wager.
Yeah. Well,
now we get to the new trilogy, which you know what I say to that? Let the past die.
you know, there's good things about the new trilogy. I like The Force Awakens the most out of all of it.
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren's the best part about him.
Yes, Tristan. Kylo Ren's awesome.
I don't like Rogue One. I'm sorry to everybody who loves it. I don't. It's a movie I really want to like, but there's just a lot of stuff about it that I just can't get behind.
Not only that, but it's unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't care that it's unnecessary, because in reality, no movie is necessary. It's an interesting story that you can tell. They just don't really do anything with it, really.
No, I say it's unnecessary in the fact that everyone dies.
I mean, the entire point is that it's a suicide mission. So... it's like, you can do those well, it's just they didn't really get us attached to the characters. Funnily enough, it's directed by Gareth Edwards, the same person who directed the 2014 Godzilla, which, that's the best part of this movie, is the directing. The big problem I have with Rogue One, because we're not going to talk about Rogue One or Solo when we do the Star Wars podcast,
So we'll
so
just
we
talk
might as well
about
just
it
talk
here.
about both of those now, is that,
I like Solo fine.
I don't, but...
Yeah, you hate Solo. You like Rogue One more than you like Solo.
No, I don't. I like Solo more than Rogue One. Yeah, the best part about the movie is Gareth Edwards directing, but the big problem with it is that it feels like it wants to be a gritty war film, but Disney won't let it be a gritty war film.
That makes sense.
So it's like if they had gone all the way and been a gritty war film, it would have been great. But no, it just didn't work for me. So, The Last Jedi, we're gonna talk in depth about. I'm sure we're gonna talk in depth about that one when we do the podcast. It's like The Last Jedi is what makes me not care about Star Wars anymore, and it's not because of the movie.
Because of the fans.
Yeah.
Because the fan base. This movie made me I kind of noticed that the fan base was kind of awful for years, but it never really bothered me. And then The Last Jedi came out, and everybody was so uppity and just a piece of shit about it.
Asinine.
And they still are.
Asinine.
They're still acting like children over it. That I just can't. Like, I should be excited for Episode 9.
But you're not.
But I'm not, because the fans just killed this franchise for me.
Yeah, and I still mean what I say about how I feel about the new movie coming out. Let the past die.
Well, we're gonna stop getting any within this storyline after this.
Despite the fact that the Emperors and it somehow survived that fall.
We'll figure out when it comes out. We don't know. But we're definitely gonna do a review on that.
Fair enough.
A podcast review. Because me and Tristan are gonna have things to say about it, that's for sure.
Yeah, you will.
As The Last Jedi, the movie itself, I loved it the first 2 times I saw it, but the more I've kind of thought about it, it's like I only really love half of this movie. The stuff with Luke and Rey, Kylo Ren is fantastic, it's all great. All the other stuff's trash.
And you.
Damn.
It kind of evens out to just being an okay movie.
So a Star Wars film.
No, because the original trilogy is great. So
Your opinion.
no, that's most people's opinion.
Their opinion, not mine.
You haven't really watched them.
I have. I've seen through the 3 movies.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, I have.
You can barely even remember anything. How do you remember what your opinion is?
I remember what my opinion is about it. Ow.
No, because you keep changing your opinion on it.
Yeah, to throw you off.
Stop doing that. You're probably doing that right now.
Never. Let the past die. What are your thoughts on the Star Wars films?
We didn't talk about Solo. I don't like Solo.
There, we
It's
talked
a
about it.
pointless move. That is pointless in the worst case, because unlike Rogue One, which is a new story that we haven't seen this arc or whatnot. We've seen this exact arc be done for this character in the first Star Wars movie. We don't need it, and everything they add to it is stupid. I still like it more than Rogue One, though, because at least it's fun. It has a fun moment. But
Alright, what are your thoughts on the Star Wars series?
Me?
Yeah.
To be honest, I really haven't seen very many Star Wars films. Mainly because the last time I was into Star Wars was when my cousin was 4 years old. And I don't know. I really haven't gotten into it. The only thing that I remember was playing Lego Star Wars when I was a kid and just enjoying the fact that they exploded into little pieces when they died. That's it.
Well, he can probably help you if you want to do a Star Wars watching with him.
yeah, I'll find the undoctored original films on torrent sites.
Yeah, good luck there.
And people have created a despecialized version. Maybe Disney will finally release despecialized versions now that they own Fox. So they own the distribution rights to New Hope now. So it might happen. I mean, they definitely don't give a shit what George Lucas thinks.
No, LucasArts is trash now.
You want to talk about the game studio? Yeah, LucasArts is gone, which is sad because EA sucks and is terrible. And why am I not looking forward to a Star Wars game?
Because it's dead now? Your love for the Star Wars games are dead?
I mean, my love for Star Wars is kind of dead now.
Yeah, your love for Star Wars is dead.
You took something I cherished in childhood and killed it, fan base.
That's why I don't pay
Thanks.
attention to the fan base.
Yeah, here's the problem with the Star Wars fan base is it's too huge to not be able to not end up interacting with it when you're also a fan or also like the movies. It's like with Godzilla, it's a more niche fan base, so it's a little easier to avoid the more awful ones. And
There's tons of awful people in my fan base.
Yeah, well, I'm
That's
pretty
okay.
sure there's a lot of people in the Power Ranger and Sentai fan base.
there are.
And
Okay, we call them Linkara.
And I managed to ignore those just fine.
I try to, but then there's a bunch of people who do things that piss me off. Like, it's so bad that they're not allowed to have their own lives when they're like over 20 years old.
Yeah, it's also impossible to ignore it when they literally send death threats to everybody involved with the movies.
Demon,
That's just because
Jin.
they don't have a life.
Like Jake Lloyd, whose life was ruined by the Star Wars fan base.
Jimin's received over 4 now.
Would you like an Infinity Gauntlet, Tyler?
Yes. Erase the Star Wars erase the terrible Star Wars fans who do nothing but fucking send death threats to. Why are you sending them to Kelly Marie Tran? Nobody. Fuck.
What really pisses me off is when they send them.
Oh, come on!
Pisses me off is when they send them to Namjoon. It's just like, Namjoon's not supposed to be part of BTS. Like, he is the reason they're created. Are you kidding me? He's the reason that they're there. He was the original member.
Can't wait till we talk about I Stand and Kick Vic at the end of the year.
We are going to talk about that? I thought you didn't want to talk about that.
I thought we were going to talk about it.
We can
I
talk
said
about
we
that.
could talk about that, but you didn't want to involve anything like that on the channel.
I said we'd talk about it at the end of the year if we were going to talk about it after everything is hopefully blown over. Spoiler alert, it doesn't look like it's blown over.
So we probably won't talk about it at the end of the year. Unless we just talk about it so far and make the video dated.
Well, you
as hell.
wanted to talk about Broly,
Yeah,
so
I like Broly.
we kind of have to talk about it after that.
Yeah. Thanks, the Kick Vic people is
Thanks,
why.
Mars Girl.
Yeah, her and
Thanks,
the
Funimation.
yeah, all those people. They're the reason why Dragon Ball Super Broly is no longer in my list of movies so far,
Guess I just don't want to talk about it anymore.
and why I no longer respect Sean or Chris Sabat.
We never should have respected Sean ever because he's just a terrible human being.
And why do most of these people turn out to be dicks?
Ego.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank goodness we still have some humble people around like Johnny Young Bosch and Dante Bosco and, Jeremy Lee, Kyle A. Bear. Jeremy Lay, sorry.
No, it's just Lee.
She herself pronounces it Lay.
I'm gonna keep saying Jeremy Lee.
And then there's also Kyle A. Bear, Greg Aries.
I think it's Ayers actually.
Yeah, it is.
Greg
he
Ayers.
said, yeah, I've heard him say it himself.
Mhm.
There's
Greg-
Chris Ayers
Greg-
also.
Yeah,
Spike Spencer.
Crispin Freeman, yeah.
Liam O'Brien.
Liam O'Brien. Todd Habercorn.
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting attacked too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, but he's not a horrible
He's
person.
an unwilling participant.
Yeah, but he's not a horrible person. We're just listing off people who...
Yuri?
Yuri Lowenthal, yeah. At least I hope Yuri's a good guy. He sounds like he'd be...
seems like one.
He seems like he'd be a nice guy. Well, I think we've pretty much hit the limit on what we're going to be talking about for this podcast.
Tired of franchises.
Yeah.
Make original shit. And Godzilla movies.
And do something right with Power Rangers, Hasbro, you
They won't.
motherfuckers!
We've established this. They're not going to.
I have a goal then.
Burn down Hasbro?
Yes!
On that note, shall we end this?
Bye.
Annyeong!